Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
What is this vibe? Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to our podcast. Here you'll listen to the sounds of us planting a flower in a flower pot. And then slowly unspooling a ball of yarn.
Some people would be into that content.
Some people would be into it. Here's a
Some
question.
people would be.
Are you one of the people? By the way, welcome to the Wrestling Twitch Face.
Welcome.
It's a podcast. We talk about Twitch stuff.
We've decided since we've done 2 episodes of like heavier topics that we literally just took 2 shots. We'll probably take another in the midst of this, and we're just gonna vibe. That's what it's. It's bullshit.
We'll talk about Twitch.
Here for bullshit.
Don't worry. We'll talk about Twitch. I'm sure we will.
Maybe.
But right now, Quinn, I was just gonna ask you.
Oh yeah.
Are you one of the people that like you hear like ASMR? And does it give you... Are you one of the people that likes it? Do you get the tinglies? Or is it just, like, quiet stuff but loudly in your ear? You know what I mean?
It has to be soap cutting or nothing.
The only sound... The quiet sound that you like to be loud in your ears is cutting soap. Otherwise, get it the fuck out of there.
Yeah. Any of the, like, people who take the shaving cream on the microphones and, like, do it around with their brush, literally, like...
Oh, but it does elicit like something from you.
Yeah, a vile reaction.
Just a
vile
disgusting
reaction.
Like I don't know. Like, am I just like broken then? Because I hear ASMR, and it's always like it'll be like, and then someone being like, "Hello, I'm right next to your ear," and I'm just like, "Yeah, that's a sound that's in my headphones." That's all I feel. 100. And I'm like, oh, okay. Oh. It's a loud. I can hear loudly you turning the pages of a book, and I'm like, that's a fine sound. Like, but it doesn't. Some people are like, oh, because doesn't it stand for something? It's like
auditory stimulation.
It's like then like
Munchy Roomba.
Yeah, I think that must be it. It's something response, like median response or something. Autonomous
sensory meridian response?
It was meridian. Did I say meridian? I think that's what I said.
You said response for sure.
Stands for, well, listener, read it, listen to it back.
Yeah,
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Yes.
A term used to describe a tingling, static-like, or goosebump sensation in response to specific triggering audio or visual stimuli. I get none of that. I don't feel any of that. I just feel sound.
I only like the soap because it's click-clackies, or like I guess dice would be similar. Also, like turning of a page, that's fine.
Yeah.
Or like ice clinking, that's also fine. People talking in my ear, depending on like the person, I guess, I'm a little bit like, wow. But like... If it's some kind of like, I think particularly the only thing that like drives me is the like shaving cream ones where they're like, and they're like crunching in the microphone with it, like.
Yeah, because the shaving cream has such a weird texture anyway.
Yeah.
And it makes those goopy sounds. Absolutely.
Goopy sounds.
I don't know. Some people are so into it, and I know they must be into it because, we'll talk about Twitch for a second. Yeah. There was a time, I'm sure it still exists, but they probably just don't advertise it on the front page so much anymore, where Twitch felt like it was nothing but girls with those microphones that are the 2 ears. Do you know those?
Oh my god, those super like stupid expensive things.
Yeah, and then they use that to just go... Yes.
Yeah.
But like seriously, because I felt uncomfortable subjecting you, the listener, to me actually making like the slurpy derpy sounds that they make.
They would put something in their mouth that would like just promote the like super like chewing on some kind of gummy smacking sounds, and then would just do that as loud as possible into those little ears
for hours.
Yeah,
and they would make like $1 million every time they streamed, and then they would just go and do it again. And like, if they spat a little bit into their microphone, whatever, just they can go buy another $2,000 microphone. They already made it back. Right. Fuck them. They're like, oh, this is what it sounds like if I slowly spittle peanut butter into your ear, and then they just throw that shit away, and they get another one because they made $100,000 in bits.
Yeah,
which is like 1 million bits.
Yeah,
just insane. I mean. and honestly, that is not a knock against the people that do that. Good
no,
for you.
yeah, get your money.
Get your money.
Get your money.
I just
good fuck.
couldn't. I don't see the appeal to it, and I feel like even if I was making money with it, I couldn't take it seriously enough to be a person that could do that.
Yeah,
because I would just feel like
I would laugh the whole time. I'd be too loud. I'd start accidentally talk. Like I had a charity goal and a community goal where I would do ASMR. One of them was like ASMR with May, where she would I would hold like a treat in my hand and she would chomp it in the microphone. Yeah. And then another one was I had to stream an entire stream ASMR, and I think I was playing Breath of the Wild at the time.
Oh god.
On Legend, was it Master Mode?
Master Mode?
I think I was trying to do Master Mode or something like that. I was either doing that or I was doing those challenges. Yeah. The tower, whatever that is.
Yeah, the trial,
the trial of...
the Master Sword trials.
Yeah.
Trials. I'll say trials one more time. Yeah, the trials.
The trials.
Trials. They're just trials.
But I did that. I was doing that with the ASMR stream, and I was I was losing it, dude. Because
motherfucker, you suck.
That's exactly how it sounded.
I have one fucking stick, and you want me to kill 14 bokoblins? Are you out of your fucking mind, Nintendo?
That took me. I told you about the time. That's probably my most hated time on stream, right? It was.
I think so. But
it was during the Master Trials.
It was during those trials. And you were ASMRing.
I wasn't ASMRing this time. I wasn't ASMRing this time. No, one of my most I guess not hated streams. I just it. You know those streams where everything is just going wrong.
Oh yeah.
You don't it's not necessarily to anyone's fault. It's just the game is being a bitch. You're probably ADHD is just popping off, and especially in a game like open world game like Breath of the Wild, you can't focus in, and then chat just happens to be particularly chaotic or feral, and you're
you can just say annoying. You can say
feral. I want chaotic and feral because it portrays the level.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes a chaotic and feral chat can be fun and good, but sometimes if they're all chaotic and not having fun with you, but just
oh my God, yeah.
there and just hey, you're sucking at this. Why don't you try being better at this? It's oh, fuck off.
God, that reminds me of to circle back around to fun but not fun with chat.
Yeah.
But me and chat were having a time. I was having a time with the game. I was having a time with myself, and I was on the final. I had been doing the trial swords for way too long, and I got cocky. I was a cocky little son. I was a cocky little mofo at the last trial, the finishing trial where you had to shoot one more duder. What were they?
Shoot the dude. Yeah.
The things with the lasers for people who don't see me.
Guardian.
Right now. Guardian, yeah. The one that sits really high up on that tower. I got on a bokoblin horse. I had no health. I went in half health. I sat in a tree. I picked them all off. All the little bokoblins on horses. And I was like, I'm going to get on a horse. And I'm going to ride to victory. And then out of nowhere, I think my Joy-Con was having drift or something. My horse fucking turns into a wall, gets stuck. And then the Guardian one-shots me from across the arena and kills me. And I was so angry that I was like, this is what stops me from streaming. I was like, this is it. I can't. Yep. I'm about to hang it up. I'm done. Everyone's pissing me off today, and I'm pissing myself off now, and I'm not having a good time.
It's so sad because there's a different day that would just be a funny and fun moment.
Yeah.
But some days, everything is just not even just you're playing bad or whatever, but it's all hitting wrong.
No, yeah.
It just, everything hits wrong, and chat doesn't feel like they're having fun with you. You feel like no one's having fun, and you're not having fun, and everything isn't fun, and then you die, and you're like, what am I doing here?
Yep.
I'm being miserable playing a game that I suck at for people that don't want to watch me play.
Yep.
And yet they are. it is infuriating. There's not many worse feelings than that. Oh my gosh. You told me to remind you to circle back to having fun with chat, but also not fun with chat.
Oh, yeah, because you had said, you talked about, like, whenever chat's being annoying, and I think the one thing that I think made it over to your community that we might have talked about on a podcast that got deleted, was me getting pissed off with, what am I going to say?
F in chat?
I feel like it was definitely on some kind of, either when I was doing Dark Souls or when I was doing Master Sword Trials or some hard, like, Zelda shit. I got so mad with F's in chat one time. I got so angry. I almost, like, pulled my stream. I was like, I'm about to end. Somebody said, like, oh, F's in chat, and I literally sat there, like, just staring. I was so angry.
Okay. What made me the most mad, and I was like, okay, like, I know Quinn typically runs, like, a wholesome stream, but then suddenly some of your viewers, or, like, that was the perceived thing at the time, because you were also just doing a lot of Stardew and stuff like that, and it's like, and then people come into mind, like, I would die, and someone would type in F, and then a couple people would be like, actually, some people find F, like, mean or offensive.
Oh my god, no way.
Yeah, and like in earnesty, like in full earnesty. And I believe people are doing 3.
Oh, it's to sum that up real quick for anybody who doesn't know. They were doing 3s in chat because we had an Among Us game one time, and Among Us doesn't let you do this, like a heart. Like, it only lets you do, what's the gator? Like
the little carrot, the sideways carrot, and then the 3.
But Among Us doesn't let you do the 3 in chat. Or the carrot in chat. They just let
the
you
bottom
do
of the heart. You can only do the top of the heart.
You can only do the top of the heart. And so, like, I died, and somebody put that, and somebody put F's in chat, and I was like, and then somebody started saying 3s in chat. I forgot how it went down. But it was, like, totally separate, totally wholesome. Not the same day I got mad at F's in chat. It was just, like, a totally side thing.
It came into my chat like a fucking tidal wave.
I think we talked about it once, but I don't think we've, like pulled it apart. I'm gonna get angry with my chat. Tell me what's up.
Well, I mean, this was a long time ago, and I have since told him that we had talked about it, and like it was like, because I literally thought that like something has happened in the community of the internet, and people don't like saying F in chat. No. And I was like, well, there's some bad words that start with the letter F, and like, are we saying that that's what people were saying? Because I don't, and I got like afraid, and then other people in my chat were like, "What the fuck is happening? Why can't we say F's in chat?"
Tell me about it. How it came in, because you were starting your story.
What? I cannot for the life of me remember what game I was playing. It was. I mean, I typically play games where I die a lot because I have fun with that type of. I don't want to say brain dead obstacle because it's not, but like if the obstacle is getting good at a specific thing that I'm already there and I know what it is, I just have to do it. Like that's fine. But when the obstacle is like
the same way.
Solve the riddle of the 3 riddlers to open the box that will give you the puzzle piece for the riddler's riddle, and I'm like, I can't focus on this shit.
Yeah.
But so like just like the challenge runs and that kind of stuff is like more mindless challenge in the sense of like I don't have to like critically think. I just have to hit dodge roll at the right time.
You just gotta like muscle memory it.
Yeah, exactly. So it was probably Dark Souls or Alt F4 or something like that. And I had a death and I was probably laughing and a couple of people said F. I can't remember who it was, and I wouldn't call them out on podcast anyway because that would be rude. Yeah. But we're so very seriously, because I asked if it was a joke. And I was assured that it was not. That some people found F to be mean and condescending, and
but you were assured that it was not a joke. This was
not a joke.
Okay.
I was told that this is very serious. People don't like it when people use F, and so the more, I don't remember the exact words, but it was implied to me that F's in chat is exclusive. And 3s in chat is inclusive.
Oh my god!
And I was like, am I on what? And then obviously I had some like a few people in my chat were like, what the fuck is happening? Can we not say F in chat anymore? And I was like, now I'm confused because I don't want to just say like, yeah, do it. I'm taking a stand on F's in chat if there's like a history behind it that I don't fucking know. And so I was like, what the fuck? And so then it happened for like weeks. People would be threes in chat, 3-3, and I eventually, and then we talked about it, and I was like, Quinn, I gotta ask you. I don't remember if you remember, but I was like, I have to ask you something. No, I remember. And I apologize if it's like maybe I'm just like out of the loop. Why are we not saying F's in chat anymore? And you were like, oh, I think Christ.
I think I was confused when you brought it to me. I think I looked at you like, why aren't we saying F's in chat?
I was like, it was told to me like this is like a serious change like in culture. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Why can't we say F's in chat anymore? And so... And so then once we had that talk, I was like, okay, mods, do your worst. If you see a 3 in chat, correct them. Be like, no. Yeah. Say F's in chat. This fucking loser streamer deserves the F's or something. Like, yeah. I don't. Yeah. And I think we've talked about this before, too. And I think it's less. Not that I would say that this is a controversial opinion by any means, but I feel like it's less of a thing for me than for your channel. But, like, that overly wholesome, I want the spice. I want my mods to make fun of me a little bit. You need to fuel the fire a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah. As long as it's obvious that we're all having fun, fucking poke the bear a little bit. Like, let's... Yeah. I don't know what to do. I don't remember if we've talked about this. I don't think it was the same time as threes in chat, because that wasn't that long ago. That was maybe a year ago. I can't quite remember. But there was a time where, for whatever reason, all of my spicy chatters that I love and need were like out of town or something. And then I got an influx of a bunch of other people. And then the vibe of my stream changed from like we're just normal people hanging out and goofing around to like the... Hey everyone, welcome to the happy fun hour where we're just gonna be calm. We'll never talk about anything that could ever potentially make anyone feel even a little bit uncomfortable. If you have something you say like, oh, I'm sad because I spilled my ice cream. Hugs in chat. We gotta add a hug command to this. And I was like, it was like a week and a half where my chat didn't say anything mean once. It was a bunch of way too nice shit and then fucking silence because you can't have a conversation with that. You can't have a conversation with it. And I was just like, I was like, oh, that's nice. Fucking anyone got any spicy opinion? Yeah. Anyone got something we can actually talk about? Like, that was like one of the hardest weeks of streaming ever. But that threes in chat thing started, and I was like, I can't. There was a guttural instinct that was like, I cannot allow this to happen. No. Like I need that spice.
Yeah. No, I like so. I think for me it is. I am really happy to say that my outlook on things and how I approach streaming has changed. Because I used to be, in the beginning of streaming, not necessarily, my channel's always been 18 plus. So,
100%.
I feel comfortable with an older audience. But I feel like my channel started more of that, like, wholesome, I had a hug command. Like, we had exclamation hug. And that was all great, and that was like really
I think
nice.
I still do too because like I think my mods made one.
Yeah, and like I'll do the one preface. Like, don't get me wrong, I still love like the wholesomeness that comes from my community, and like the fact that we can talk. Like all that's great.
You want that to be an aspect of the community, but you don't want that to be the entirety of the identity of your community.
Yes.
It's like you want the people around you to be wholesome, and also you want them to be fucking degenerates. Like you want both. You want the degeneracy, and like I feel like the biggest thing for me with like streaming is the fact that I also in the beginning of streaming I feel like it's really easy for if you get in with a couple of streamers, it like sets the tone for your own shit. Mm-hmm. So like being around streamers who like took the wholesomeness to like an extreme level of this is like not just safe space, but this is like so safe space, we can't talk about anything, can't do anything, can't joke about anything, can't, because like something could upset somebody at some point. Yeah.
And I feel like my channel, and that might be why I feel like it's played into my numbers with why I've maybe seen less of my older peeps, and I still have a lot of older peeps that come around.
For sure.
But I think it's because I like the degenerate spice. I like when people come in and be mean to me.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've
obviously
seen
the right
correlation.
kind of mean, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
There's a
But
difference.
that's what I was gonna say. From somebody who's gone from wholesome, like, I feel like I was cracking down too much on things, to like somebody who was like, just don't be a dick, and if you're a dick in my chat, I'm gonna literally call you out and pull your messages on screen and roast your ass.
Yep, you gotta do a chatter audit. You gotta audit those messages.
But like I feel like that's such a more, at least for me, I know people who like are super wholesome with their stuff and like do family friendly stuff. Family friendly is like a whole different category.
For sure.
Like completely different. But like I
couldn't do it. I couldn't swear.
No.
I could not be a family friendly streamer just because I have the mouth of a sailor. I can't be stopped.
Yeah. I like, it genuinely shocks me the amount of people that come in and get surprised whenever I curse. They first hear me curse. Because like I don't stop myself from doing it, but like I also like I curse a lot.
Yeah.
Like I curse a good bit.
Why wouldn't you?
I curse a little. What's your favorite word?
A little.
What's your favorite?
Probably fuck.
Probably fuck. Good. I'm so glad the YouTube algorithm's gonna go.
Yep. Oh, we're way past the first minute.
That's true.
Whatever.
That's true. That's true.
I made a TikTok a long time ago with that meme that popped off a little bit.
About
probably what's your probably fuck, and then that laugh. But like some guy did like the dramatic reading of it. He's like, probably fuck.
I love that.
And then it was. I can't remember the gimmick I used for it, but it was I enjoyed it, but I thought that was a funny meme. But yeah, I don't know why people are like super shocked that nobody's shocked that I swear, but I always felt like, and I feel like this is like the group of streamers that like is our group of streamers. I have kind of always felt like I was the outside circle of that because. Like, whenever we do the co-stream or whatever, I'm the person that says the thing that makes people laugh and then turn red and put their hands in their head. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Like, that is my role, and I love that. But also, like, I feel like whereas, like, a lot of people from, like, the Quinn stream will go to the Thady stream, will go to the Fragi stream, will go to that... Like, oh, I feel like, oh, Michael said a few things that are maybe a little further away from that wholesome boy vibe.
No, that's why I love like so much that we started doing a podcast, because day one of like us doing a collab together, and like once we like got comfortable and like did a few collabs together. Not that the people we were doing collabs with had to be this level, but like I felt like like you and me, every time we got into a collab, it was like those growling things at each other, just like foaming at the mouth, frothing to like fucking stir some shit up.
Yep, exactly. Like, oh my god, and like. And it's all 100% different vibes, and like some of the people who do co-streams with would have really interesting stories about like life and this stuff, and that's great and wholesome, and then that would be done. I'd be like, well, that fucking took forever, and we'd both start laughing, and then I'd feel so bad afterwards. But I felt so bad, but like, what are you gonna do? Like, I need that little bit of that little insanity. Speaking of things bleeding from streams or from a streamer into the community, are you aware that you brought a blight upon our streamer circle, an entire pandemic of a word? The word, your face, you look so shocked.
I'm so shocked.
And it is the word, you are the only one, in my opinion, that has the green light to use this phrase. Because from my point of view, you started this. And it's like your thing. Like when I say it's a baby game for babies, that's my thing.
Yes.
Quinn, you're gonna do some Stardew times. You're gonna go. It's time for Dark Souls times. Times.
Oh,
you brought the word times into the vernacular of everyone else in our little community. Everyone else uses times. And it's
Yeah.
and I again, you get the pass because you started this, but also it has overtaken.
Oh,
I
no.
once saw someone in a Discord who I will remains nameless, and the Discord they were in remains Discordless. I won't name the name of anything.
Yeah.
Use the word times twice in one sentence.
Oh, no.
Do this times, and then we're gonna do this times.
Oh, no.
And I was like, can we just like speak the language for a second? Say it sometimes. Fuck, I said times. Sometimes is different. Sometimes is a regular word.
Sometimes it's a regular word.
It's not sometimes. It's sometimes.
Yeah, it's sometimes. Do you wanna know my like the reason I say times so much?
Yes.
Is because I can't I don't know how to end sentences or like things sometimes.
Uh-huh. Now I can't even say sometimes anymore. It's gone. I fucking ruined it.
But instead of in my heart of hearts, every time I type it, I know I could say like, oh, it's time for Stardew. But for some reason, my little brain up here is like, it's Stardew times. Like there's, like I don't know why I do that.
Well, the difference is like, oh, it's time for it's time for Stardew, and it's either this or Stardew times.
Yeah.
And like again, like and people, I know there are gonna be people that are listening to this one because it's only people listening right now are in our little group of people. People that are watching this have used times. Some people that are watching this has probably used times too much, and that's okay. It's fun to hear a new sentence and a new phrase and use it, and that's fine. But like every now and then, maybe sprinkle in some proper grammar. Sprinkle in some.
Resting Twitch face says you have to have proper grammar, people. Please get your dictionaries out, get your thesauruses out, get those bad boys out, crack them open, and find a new word.
Right.
I'm going to be doing it myself. I'm going to have my dictionary. I'm going to have my thesaurus on stream just for you. Every time you come in my chat.
Thank you.
I'm going to pop it open.
Thank you. And it's like, it's one of those things that's like actually like not a big deal and like who cares? Yeah. But maybe it's one of those things that once you hear someone say like, hey, I see the word times written a lot. It's this times. It's never lunchtime. It's lunch times. You know what? Like now that you see it, you're going to be like, oh, maybe it's you. Maybe like, wow, I do use it quite often.
I do use it quite often.
Maybe it's reel it back times. Reel it in times.
See how easy it is? It's reel it in times. You could have just said reel it in, but now
it's in my head, though, and I'm probably going to say it like 14 more times. Fuck.
I'm just going to title this podcast Times?
I was going to
say times. It's either times or podcast times.
Podcast times?
Oh my god.
That's a great title.
I literally, like, before walking back here, I was like, hey, it's podcast times.
And again, like, as from me, you're the first person that I heard use this. And if that's like that can be fully your thing. Like, that is fine. I've told you, you get the pass.
But I
see it everywhere now. Everywhere. It's written in my chat. It's written in Discord. It's written in people's stream titles. It's everywhere. I'm going to start seeing it as a custom tag on Twitch, guaranteed. It's just going to be times.
Oh my god, I'm going to do hashtag times. I'm doing that. I'm going to do hashtag times and then
hashtag times, hashtag fun times, hashtag game times, chatting times, just chat times.
Oh my god.
Rob times.
I feel like I've cut down on times a little bit just because I don't speak as much. But
well, yeah, I guess if you talk less, you're gonna say that thing less.
If you talk less, you say less.
If you have less talk times, you'll have less times.
So you get it. And
I feel the appeal of saying it, by the way.
Right?
It's
but that's
fun.
It's a slippery
slope.
slope.
Fun and
that's
less serious to say, but yeah. Exactly. It feels fun, and it's like, I'm just letting loose with my language, but it's the same thing as like cocaine. Like, oh, it's fun. I'm just letting loose. And then before you know
times the equivalent of cocaine.
Yeah. And then before you know it, you're in addict
You're
times.
You're an addict time. Oh. Easier topics tonight. This is our cutting loose one. No. But I don't know.
What the joke is, don't do cocaine. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I was at worst. That was a Dare commercial.
Oh my god,
that
dude,
wasn't.
I can't even take Dare. I don't know if I've talked about it on podcast, but I think you know my story about Dare.
How it's bullshit.
The person that I had that taught me Dare, a couple years after I finished Dare, we were in high school and we learned that hopefully not to get too doxing. I don't think it would be doxing. I mean, I don't care.
Our last episode had 9 views. Let's take a chill pill.
Yeah, it's fine. But no, the deputy that we had that taught us, which number one, just a random deputy just came in and taught us about drugs, people.
Just some
that's
random
one.
cop that had some time.
That had some times.
Fuck.
But they were later found with a substantial amount of alcohol, hard shit, cocaine, heroin level of shit in their squad car,
It's evidence.
in that car. And then not only that, but had also been linked to hiring so many prostitutes on top of it. And
Yo.
Nothing against prostitutes, but this person who was coming in talking about don't do drugs, don't do this and that, porn is bad, anything like that, and then later he's just full fisting things of cocaine.
Absolutely. That was probably in his car when he went to that school assembly or whatever. You know what I mean?
It probably was. He was probably.
He was not on the straight and narrow, and then some kid was like, but why not drugs and prostitutes? And he was like, why not drugs and prostitutes? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was not doing, he was doing all that beforehand.
Yeah.
Wow. Fucking cops.
Yeah. But I think it's so funny. I think it's so good. I think that's my favorite younger year story, is that the person who taught us to say no to drugs actively said yes to all of them.
And you know what? Honestly, if you're in a safe environment, and as long as it's not
don't
crystal meth or something,
don't do
the hard
shit.
If you gotta heat it up in a spoon, don't do that. If you need to wrap a thing around your arm and then inject it, and you gotta bite the thing and pull the thing tight, don't do it. But if it's hey, this is smoke a thing, just snort a little thing. I'm not gonna tell you not to do it. I'll just be safe. Yeah. Trust your drug dealer.
I think the only thing I'm don't do hard drugs. Anything we just said, tying and that kind of stuff, no go. But have a reputable have a reputable dealer.
Yeah.
Know what your shit is.
Yep.
Don't go overboard. Be in a safe space and have people that you trust that can babysit you while you're doing things.
The first time you do anything, don't do it at a party.
No.
Don't do it at a dance. Don't do it at a rave.
Don't do it
at
alone.
Home.
Don't do
have
it
some
with
snacks.
anybody
have
who
a
is
movie.
also fucked up. Somebody needs to be
You need a Sherpa.
babysitter.
You need a Sherpa.
Yeah.
You need one high guide to help you and whoever else is there through
It's a designated driver.
Exactly.
You gotta have a designated driver.
Yeah, even if you're not driving, you just need. Yeah. And then, especially for your first time, some stuff is I even say that with weed. If you've never smoked weed before,
yeah,
have a Sherpa, have some snacks ready, do it safe. Otherwise, you're going to end up the first time I got high with one of my friends.
I was about to ask you if you have any, real quick, stories, and I'm going to take a shot if we're getting into these kind of stories, because I'm here for it.
Let's take a sip. I'll take a sip of my Paloma. You take a sip of your...
I don't have bevies by me. My Grab has a really, really cool little fucking drink thing.
It's not quite a Paloma. It's actually Spindrift. It's a sparkling water grapefruit flavor and then tequila, so it's not an actual Paloma, which would just be grapefruit tequila. But it's fine. It's a very yummy drink.
It's a Paloma. Nope, I got nothing. Cheers. Look,
That was the worst attempt at a joke.
Dude, I've started doing that. I've just pulled back on my jokes because I'm a terrible comedian.
No, shut up. You're funny. But that was so fucking funny. Paloma, more like Paloma. Got nothing, drink.
But a solid cheers to whatever that was and to whatever it's about to be.
Yes.
Resting Twitch face, everyone.
Ooh, of course.
Of course.
Let's go. So, the story I was gonna tell was just like the first time that I was leading into there was like one of the first times I smoked with a friend of mine who had never smoked weed before. Did the stereotypical we were out, which was a mistake, but quickly got him somewhere because it was like a house party. And there was like a chill downstairs basement area, and I could tell he got too high. So I was like, okay, let's go downstairs.
Oh, that's never fun.
No, and he did that stereotypical thing. He was like, Michael, I smoke too much. I think I'm gonna die. I think we have to go
no!
He like looked at me so serious, and he was like, Michael, we have to go to the hospital. I think I'm gonna die. I can't feel anything. I'm going to die. And I was like, you're not. I literally watched you smoke 2 hits out of that shitty pipe that was leaking smoke because it was probably bought at a fucking 7-Eleven. Like, you're fine. And he's like, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm out of here. I'm dying. I'm done. I'm gone. It's just like, no, you're fine. But the first time, my funniest high experience was the first time I ever did edibles.
Oh no!
I went to the movies and I'd smoked weed before, so I was like, "It's weed, it's whatever."
Oh god, but edibles are a different horse.
And it was
a whole different beast.
And this was way before things were. I'm not promoting illegal activities, but this was in a state that is now legal. Before it was legal, and these edibles were homemade chocolate chip cookies with weed. And they were made by someone who was very experienced, and they were given to someone, me, who was not very experienced. And they were passed out cookies, and like, oh yeah, here's your a cookie. You each get a cookie, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I was like, a cookie, cool, thank you. And to me, one cookie is like 1 unit of food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eat one. You get a cookie. It's like that big.
And you eat the whole cookie.
You eat 1 cookie. So I ate my whole cookie.
Oh no.
And so I ate the cookie in the car, and then we got out to go buy tickets, and then I see. We're waiting in line to get the tickets, and I look over, and one of the friends, a girl, I'm not gonna say her name, a girl, ate just a little bite of the cookie, and then wrapped it up and put it back, and I was like, oh, the little bites, huh? Like made a little joke, like ha ha ha.
Yeah.
And she was like, wait, how much have you eaten? And I was like, I ate my cookie in the car. And they're like, you ate your cookie in the car. And I was like, yeah, I ate you gave me a cookie. I ate the cookie. I was hungry, and it's also going to be fun. And they're like, that was a whole cookie you ate. And I was like, I know, you gave me 1 cookie, and I ate that 1 cookie. And they're like, you should have eaten like a quarter of that cookie, my friend. And I was like, excuse me? So the movie we went and saw was Bruno. Do you remember the movie Bruno?
I love Bruno.
I hate it because of this experience, because I've never been higher in my life. And we went to go see it in IMAX because they had there was the 3D version that you could see. And I wasn't really feeling anything. I was like into it. I enjoyed the first bit of the movie.
Before
I'm sitting there in the IMAX sitting in seats, and there's like the armrests, and I'm there, and I'm like, I feel really, really high, and I start to kind of freak out. And I realized I got the 3D glasses on, and I was wearing contacts at the time, so it's not like I had glasses on glasses. So my eyes were a little bit dry, and I had the 3D glasses on, and I was like, I feel really high. And then I look up, and there's a part of the movie where there's a spinning penis with Bruno's face on it, and then it sticks out right at you, and it has his little face on it, and it talks at you. And I swear to God, the spinning of the penis, like, got all the high to my head. And then the penis talked to me, and I have never been more like, because I couldn't pay attention to the movie beforehand. I was like, I started feeling like really high, and then suddenly that was 3D in my face, and suddenly like the 3D, you know, when you unfocus just right in those 3D movies, like suddenly click in and they just like work. Suddenly the 3D was like flawless, perfect. And there was fucking Borat on a penis talking at my face, and I was like, and it scared, like it jump scared me, and I was like, what the? And the rest of the movie, I was sitting like this, wide eyes, gripping the armrests, barely watching the movie, just watching the people around me, and when they would laugh, I'd go, ha ha ha. Just picking up the social cues to be like, I have to look like I'm enjoying this movie,
that
otherwise they'll know.
That sounds so.
And there's like Bruno and those people are sitting around the campfire, and he's like, "Oh, are you I can't remember the Sex and the City girls' names. Are you a this or are you a Samantha?" And people are laughing. I'm like, "Ha, I'm a Samantha." It was so scary. I was so afraid that they would know. I was like, my friends are gonna know. And then I was like, afterwards, I was like, of course they know, because they know I ate a whole fucking cookie. Like. It would be weird if they didn't know. But that was the highest I have ever gotten.
That's a
so,
wild time.
It was so terrifying. I've never felt more uncomfortable in my entire life.
Oh, I feel bad for my story now.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, I'm kidding. No, it's because I'm just gonna explain it. I'm not gonna. Look, we're 2 shots in. I can't run around words anymore because then we'll get stuck here forever.
More like Paloma. Nothing. I'm not gonna make jokes about it.
I'm still thinking. Paloma. No, I'm not gonna do
it. Loser.
You know what? The comment section can write my jokes for me, and then I'll just use it. Thank you.
Yeah, please, if you have a great Paloma joke, Paloma.
We're
D's
both
nuts?
sitting here. Paloma. Paloma nuts.
You can't even say D's nuts.
You can't get
pull on my D's nuts. The D doesn't fit. That's what she's. Oh fuck.
That's such. I'm so glad. This is such a breath of fresh air of an episode.
So good. So anyway, copyright restrictions with music on Twitch. What do you think? Just kidding.
I was so ready. I was like, what are we getting into?
We're jumping into serious topics again.
No, we're not. We're not going to do that shit.
No, Quinn has to tell. Quinn has to tell his high story. I have to tell
my story. Okay, so I also have. I have my I'll tell my wife's real quick. It's a little bit quicker, but it's literally shockingly very close to your cookie story. We had a friend, kind of me too, like this wasn't the most fun for me, but she got it way worse because I took a bite versus what she did. But essentially we had a same thing, wasn't legal in a state, still isn't legal in that state, but we're legal now. It's in the South. We lived in the South. It was never going to be legal. But like we had somebody who made edibles and they made brownies, and they knew what they were doing.
Yep.
Like they had done it before, but somehow, and I don't remember the whatever because I get it wrong every time, and my wife always has to correct me. But instead of putting the normal amount, they essentially put like triple the amount, and then they were like, I put triple the amount. Please take small bites. Like they were like, don't eat a full one. Take small bites. These are really strong edibles.
Holy shit.
And we were like, okay. And then we had taken a bite of it. Mm-hmm. Mine started to kick in, but my wife's didn't. Or I forgot like the process of it. But you know that good old thing where edibles take like 3 hours sometimes to kick in?
Yeah, sometimes they just don't.
After an hour and a half, my wife was feeling nothing, and she was like, I'm going to finish the brownie. And it was a sizable brownie. She was high.
What a great description for this.
It was
the brownie was the size of a brownie.
It was a large brownie. It was a sizable brownie. She took the whole thing. She had to call in to work the next day. She was high for 24 straight hours of high.
No.
She was so blasted that when she woke back up, she was like, I can't drive. Like 8 hours of sleep. She woke up and was like, I literally can't drive into work. I literally can't get out of this bed.
God.
That's the highest she's ever. That's our highest story together.
Oh my God.
However,
there is another.
My highest I've ever been is one that I am kind of a little bit proud of because we got edibles from a place that is legal here. But these edibles were like I don't think they were like properly like dosed equally.
Yeah.
Like some were like way stronger than others.
Uh-huh.
And we had taken a gummy a few times, and it had kind of done stuff. It was like pretty good, but not like anything wild.
Yeah.
And I remember going to a concert with an individual that I won't name specifically, but my really good friend. We went to a concert. We took a gummy to the concert. We got a drink while we were there, like one drink, and you know how concert drinks are; they're really strong.
Yeah. They don't want you coming
drink.
Back up to the bar. No.
No, we got like a double, got a big drink. We drank our drink, and then we decided to take the gummy. That was like, it was gonna like be a nice little time. And it was I remember it was a Tears for Fears concert.
Let's go.
And it was on this like. We had gotten, these were like last minute seats too. We had gotten seats that we were like, oh, we're going to go see them. It's going to be fine. We had just so happened to get seats high up in the auditorium, the first row, overlooking a harbor. Keep that in mind. Like the water. The stage was in the water. And it was Tears for fucking Fears.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh no, did our stuff drop?
Me, but I cannot hear you and you are frozen.
I don't know if anybody can still hear me.
If you are still talking, I cannot hear you anymore.
Did something happen?
Uh-oh. Did we lose connection?
Oh no. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me. It's possible you
Hold on.
Oh no.
I gotta do this real quick. Well, I'm afraid. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna have to leave and come back. But if you leave, then we're screwed. You just have to combine them. Oh God, is it still going? Are we recording? Should only take a minute or so to come back to us. Oh God. I don't know if it's still recording, Quinn. I'm freaking out. Well, if this is recording right now, hi everyone, it's me, Michael. You can call me the Grob. You can call me Michael. Twitch.tv/the Grob. Today we're going to be talking about the dumb things we do for our Twitch chats. One of the dumbest things I ever did for my Twitch chat is dress up as a minion. And I have that here. The minion glasses. By the way, for those that don't know, minions are those little yellow motherfuckers that just go beep-bop, 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 banana, and then they laugh, and they made like 2 movies about just with them, and then they're also the sidekicks for the Despicable Me movies. It's crazy. But it's not just that. I had the whole thing. Do you understand? I had this whole thing. The whole outfit I did. All for my Twitch chat. And to this very day, I'm not going to lie, I do hate myself for it. It is the lowest I think I've ever stooped. And I did dress once as Tingle. The costume is also here on the floor, but I don't know what's happening here. If I'm being perfectly... I don't know what part of the costume this is. I can't figure out what I'm holding. It looks like to pants, but I'm not sure. But that is something that I did do, if this is still recording. I may be talking to nobody. This all may be just in the ether, just for me and our recording app. But if not, congratulations. You all got a little bit of a show. Quinn says, I wonder if the recording cut, question mark, then keep stalling. I will keep stalling. So what else? So I have these cool lights in my room that do this. I can change them at will. I only have these 2 buttons programmed in, but it is still pretty cool. It's pretty cool what you can do. There's other stuff that I can do.
What happened?
Oh my gosh, you're back. Is it still recording?
Mm-hmm. I think it started over, technically.
It says audio and video are being recorded on your computer. Look for that on people's portraits to verify if they are recording too. On people's portraits.
I think it's recording. I'll put it together.
I was just vamping.
I think it should be, sorry, podcast listener, we'll get back to what we're talking about. It'll be nothing to put it in YouTube editor and just like connect them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But what were you talking about before my
you were telling about the Tears for Fears concert overlooking a bay
my
or harbor.
highest time. Yeah. I gotta set up the fact that we were on a harbor, right?
Yeah.
Tears for Fears.
Got it.
And that's
those
magical.
2 facts. They're locked in. Yeah.
That's like some shit. And me and my roommate are so sorry. It's fine. He doesn't give a shit. But me and my friend had already had a drink, and then we were like, okay, time to take the gummies.
Of course.
And we did.
Yes.
And like halfway through the concert, I'd say, we were like, oh, this is chill. And then all of a sudden, the gummies like must have just been the ones that were magically more than the others.
Sometimes so good, sometimes so bad.
It's sometimes so good, sometimes so bad. And I think the only thing that like saved it was the fact that I was in a concert for another hour and a half. Like I was like I knew I was gonna be there for like at least another hour of this concert. We got so high because like also we had the drink beforehand.
Yeah, the drink beforehand.
The gummies. And like,
and is it like, was it a concert that you're like sitting down? Or are you standing up, jumping around?
No, you're sitting. We are sitting, full view of harbor, full view of stage. We had taken our drink, and like for anybody who doesn't know, I think like it's a thing that if you drink before you do smoking, because something about the way that the alcohol interacts with your blood makes it like there's a whole thing. It's not. I'm not a doctor, and like I don't know. But like
something
like
medicine.
Something medicine. It's a thing that people will drink before they smoke because it makes the smoking a little bit higher for them.
Yeah.
Or like elevates it a little bit. And we thought we were elevating a medium gummy.
Yeah.
We elevated a fuck you gummy. that
and
me
elevate.
and whoop, but we were so stoned. We were sobbing during this concert. We were just like fully reinventing
These are the tears
ourselves.
from my fears.
These are the tears from my gummy that decided to fuck me mid-concert.
Oh, fuck, that's so funny.
But it was, imagine being in a concert venue, so stoned, like the most stoned, and then all the music like around you. We were thriving, but we had to go sit in the car. Like we stayed like an extra hour after everyone had cleared out because we were like, we can't drive.
Yeah.
Like we can't go. We're so fucked up that we can't go.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Question: what is the first time you ever got high off of the devil's lettuce?
A little Debbie's lettuce.
Debbie
Little
Letty.
Debbie's. Little Debbie Letty. Honestly, I think I've told the story a couple of times on my own like stream, but I started smoking for my insomnia in college. I was so tired and so anxiety induced that like my friend saw me in class like visibly like clutching my like desk and pencil, and they were like, have you slept? Have you ate? And I'm like, no. And they're like, all right. They were like, we're gonna try this and let me know how it goes. It was they were a really, really, really good friend for like all 4 years of my college experience. And like I don't want anybody to think that like they peer pressured you into like, no, it's fine. Like it's literally
Someone's like,
weed.
hey,
It's fucking
you haven't
weed.
slept in forever, and this is gonna help you sleep,
Yeah.
and also it's fucking weed. You're just like, okay, thank you.
It's weed. It's literally weed. But that was, I think, my first time smoking was my wife had just moved back down from college because she went to a, like, technical college. So she had 2 years, and then I had another 2 years in college. And I remember we made a makeshift bong out of a Coke bottle.
Yes.
We, like, makeshift bong out of a Coke bottle, and I'll tell this now, I've never told this to another living being. We went to a development. I snuck us into a development that was developing in my neighborhood at the time because I was like a neighborhood like little like street rat kid like would break into the developments. I'm so sorry. But
You got high in someone's house before they even ever like lived there.
I did because I popped the window before because I knew she was coming over, and I like unlocked the window so whenever I'm so sorry, whenever we went back to it, we could just open the window, and we like hotboxed in the closet. This was like a place that wasn't renovated. It was like completely still like boards everywhere, and like
that's
you just
so
had the foundation. Like they
what a
hadn't even
fun
laid the
place.
drywall.
Yeah.
So like it was just enough to like keep people out, but like not enough to like be a thing.
Yeah,
yet.
you're
And
not in someone's house yet. It ain't done.
Yeah, it's not even. It's like the
Like
drywall's
it's not
even
carpeted
there,
and they have like fake
Yeah.
furniture in there. Like it's not even barely a house.
No, it's not
You
even.
gotta
but
smoke in there.
But we snuck into a development because we used to do this all the time, where we'd unlock the window. We'd go in like for the hours that it was open, and we'd unlock the window so we can like get in through the window whenever it was closed.
Yep.
And we went in. We took our makeshift Coca-Cola bottle with like our little makeshift wrapping and hotboxed the fuck out of this like small little bathroom closet, and then I got lost in my own neighborhood for 2 hours. Because, like, my neighborhood was still, there was a lot of plots being built and a lot of houses being built, so it was a lot of woods. And so, like, the first, like...
Just got lost in the woods.
The first, like, level of the subdivision was kind of built, so, like, we could make our way back, but there was 3 other levels that, like, houses were starting to be built, some were built, so, like, some lights were on, and, like, you can just get wound up into this neighborhood. We got lost in this neighborhood, in my own neighborhood, for, like, 2 hours, and by the time we got back home, I had to, like... open my window to my room, take my screen out, and we had to like get back in my window.
Incredible.
Like I'm talking like real like street kid shit.
Fucking incredible.
That's my first high story.
So legit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, mine is so much dumber.
Tell me, it wasn't the theater?
It was not in the theater.
Oh, because you smoked previously.
No, that was my first edible. That was like the highest I had ever gotten.
Yeah.
But my first time actually, because by then I had smoked a few times, you know, so I was like, oh, I can do weed. Give me a full cookie. Fucking. Right. Like you can't. That was the worst decision I ever made. I was fresh into college, and I was a fucking. I was a nerd for many reasons, but like I wasn't like. There's a point in high school where I thought that like, oh, I'll never drink because I'm having plenty of fun without it. I don't need it.
Right.
And then for some reason I got it in my head that I'm like, I don't want to feel like I'm losing control or whatever. And it's like, that's a bold thing to believe and good for you. That was stupid. I didn't even drink until after senior year of high school. It was that summer was my first drink.
Dang.
And partially because throughout high school I was just too busy. I had 0-hour choir class, and then I was deep into theater. Whereas, like, if I wasn't rehearsing, I was setting the lights and setting up the sound. Like, I was the guy that did it all. Yeah. So I was at school from 6:30 in the morning to 10:30 at night every single day. So I just didn't have time. So I'm fresh into college, and some of the guys that were like a year or two older than me, all like throughout high school, all had a house in college together, and like in Seattle, like in the city, because they were all going to UW, University of Washington, and I was like, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you should come over," and I was like, "Holy shit." The cool kids, the older kids want me to come over and hang out with them. And they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll like smoke weed." And I was like, "And I'm gonna smoke weed. I'm so excited."
You're
and technically,
in. You're a
know.
Man now.
I was like, "This is so awesome, and they're so fucking cool." And I thought they were so cool forever, and then I realized like half of them, like, they were fucking losers. Yeah. I think some of them are cool now, but like, some of them were fucking losers. Jesus Christ. But the first time I smoked, it wasn't even like actual normal, just like out of a bong or out of a thing. One of the guys, a guy named Shane, had this, who was actually a very funny guy, but he had a vaporizer. And now you think you're vape, and you're like, ooh, it's like a vape pen.
It's like a volcano.
But it was like a machine.
Oh my God, I love that!
Fill up a giant plastic bag.
It's a volcano.
Yeah, it would shoot out, but it would all get trapped in a big plastic pillow bag.
Yeah.
And then you'd attach a mouthpiece and then, like, you know, put this mouthpiece in the bag, and it would seal it off.
Tie it, yeah.
Yeah, and then you put the mouthpiece, and then you'd breathe in that smoke. Yeah, so my first time smoking was from the vaporizer.
That's so fucking...
And
that's a really sick first time.
It was awesome. It was great. But then... it was me, another one of my friends that was my grade that also went over there because I think he was over there because I was like hanging out with him when I got the text, and I was like, oh, I'm sitting with this guy, and they were like, oh, cool, bring him too. And that guy's kind of a loser too. But we were sitting there, we got high, me and him and like the guy Shane and one other guy sat, smoked, and then we watched two things while we ate all the snacks they had in the building. Yeah. I was a dumbass. I didn't leave any money to like pay for the snacks that I ate or anything. No. And then I just left, like an asshole. But we watched, we were listening to music. And do you remember, maybe you're too young, Windows Media Player? Do you remember just on the computer, Windows Media Player existing? Because now it's iTunes and all this stuff.
iTunes was the first thing I had.
Back in the day, there was Windows Media Player. And that's what you would listen to audio stuff. And you download shit off of LimeWire or Kazaa illegally. You virus up your computer, and then you listen to shit on Windows Media Player. The cool thing about Windows Media Player is, like, it had a lot of, like, audio visualizer things. Like cool little, like, trippy lines that bounce to the music in the certain way.
Yes.
Or, like, the bars that go up and down for the bass and the treble and all that stuff.
Yes.
We sat and we listened to music and we watched the Windows Media Player, like, the visualized music stuff. And one of them was, like, it's these crazy lines in a circle that bounce around, but it's constantly looking at zooming in and, like, zooming out and twisting around itself. And we just sat there, like...
Oh no!
For like an hour. And then we were like, that was fun. Now let's watch a movie. And we watched the movie Krull. Do you know the movie Krull?
I don't.
Nobody knows the movie Krull. It's a movie.
Do I need to?
You should watch it. It's phenomenal.
Okay.
It's an old movie. I feel like they told me it came out at around the same time OG Star Wars came out. And the special effects are also pretty bad. But the main thing, it's this guy, and his weapon is like, it's like, he treats it like a boomerang, but it's like 3 blades that he throws. And then the only part of the movie that I remember, he's fighting a dragon, and he throws his Krull blade like this, and he's like powering it with his hand.
Yeah.
He throws it out, and then the dragon goes and like breathes out. It's like lightning fire or whatever, and it's like really shitty special effects because it's like the 70s or 80s or whatever. And the blade is hitting the fire, and it's stopped, and it's like the Dragon Ball Z, the two beams hit each other, you know, and they're fighting, and the dragon's going and then he's just going. Like, and I'm like, you fully already thrown the fucker. Like, it's done. Put your hand down. But I feel like that's the point where I started getting a little less high because that's like the only part of the movie I remember. But that was my first time smoking any weed, and it was very fun. And I did leave without reimbursing for all the snacks that I ate, and I
That's okay.
did
Apparently
not stop.
some of them were assholes. So like,
yeah, not even assholes necessarily, just kind of like there's a difference between like asshole and loser. You know what I mean?
Is there?
Like assholes are like mean. Losers are just like it's not that they're necessarily mean. It's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And like to me, they were like adults, And now looking back, I'm
Yeah.
like, they were like sophomores in college. Like they were fucking idiots.
Oh my god, I don't
And
know what I
like,
was doing as a sophomore in college.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
know.
I was still
what
doing theater.
I was still doing I was doing psychology.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Did you stopped that? Or did you graduate?
No, I have a full degree. I have a full degree in like clinical psychology stuff. Like,
And scale of 1 to 10, how strong, do you ever feel like I don't know how you're going to scale this 1 to 10, but scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think you're ever going to actually use that?
ooh, well, how much have I used it now? Zero. How much do I plan on using it? I feel like all it's done is give me a stronger arsenal of things to self-diagnose myself. That is all
I don't need
been
WebMD.
doing.
I got it myself.
I've never used my degree, and I will probably never use my degree.
Yeah. I feel like more and more people go to school, get their shit done, and then never use that thing.
I will probably never. I don't know how much psychology degree can be used in my current career path, but
yeah,
it helps me. I feel like if anything, if I use my degree for anything, I feel like it is simply I just have a different. I feel like I have different perspectives on like why somebody might behave as they do.
Yeah.
But like not to a degree that I can do anything with it, just to a degree of like
like I feel like part of getting a psychiatry or psychology degree is like just like you learn, and it's something that some people have naturally, is just like learn to empathize and like be like, hey, maybe what are the many reasons why someone might behave the way they do?
Yeah.
Are all people just actively trying to be assholes, or are they doing something for other reasons? And a lot of times it's those other reasons.
Yeah.
And that's a great, a great thing. And you
Wait, what did you end up getting your degree in?
I don't have a degree.
If you dropped out of college, that's so dope. Do whatever is like best for you. I'm so happy for you.
This is what happened. Okay. I went to Bellevue Community College in Washington, and it was a great school. I went there for 2 years. The first year I was there, it was Bellevue Community College. That's what it was called. The second year, they changed some stuff around. They upgraded or whatever, and it became Bellevue College. Now, I don't know if some things from becoming a community college to becoming a college changed like what would happen vis-a-vis getting a transfer degree to another university. I don't know if things had changed and my advisor didn't know, or if things hadn't changed yet and my advisor thought they would.
Yeah.
I did all the classes I was supposed to do, and I passed all the classes I had to pass. Not with flying colors, but I did get them done.
That's fine. It's easy to get
and then I applied to go to Western Washington University, which is way up north in Bellingham, just south of the Canadian border. And I got the letter saying, hey, congratulations. As long as you finish that transfer degree that you are currently working on and you are, 1 quarter semester, whatever left, you're good to go. And I was like, great. I did that. I passed my classes. And I moved up to Bellingham, Washington, a full 2 hours north of where I was living, which was still fine because I had I had friends up there. It was great. I go to my first day. It's just a few days before the first day of school, and I get a thing saying, "Hey, you didn't finish your transfer degree. You're missing these classes." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I went to my advisor every time I got new classes. Yeah. And I did all the classes I was told to do. And they were like, sorry, you can't go to the school. You didn't finish your transfer degree. But there is a community college right in the area, Whatcom Community College, where you can get these 2 classes done. It was, I believe, 2 classes. Maybe it was 3 classes. Can't remember. I said, fuck. Okay, cool. It was literally fully a 10-minute drive away. Whatever. I didn't really know what I wanted to get a degree in anyway, so I was like, whatever. So, I start going to that school, which was great. I met a lot of great people there. I really actually enjoyed my time at that school. But it's coming up at the end of that quarter or semester, whatever the fuck they call it. And I'm passing those classes, and I get a letter from Western, the college that told me I couldn't go, and they said, hey, you're on academic probation because you're failing your 2 classes that you signed up for with us. And I was like, excuse the fuck out of me.
You told me I couldn't
You told me I couldn't go to this school.
You told me I couldn't sit here.
I was not allowed to come here, and now you're telling me I'm failing.
Yeah.
And so I go to the counselor's office, and they're like, we have no idea what's going on. We'll look into it. Yeah. I go to the office probably at least once a week, but usually 2 or 3 times a week, just to personally check it, to be like, hey, do we know what's going on? Everyone there knew my name. I was friendly with all of them. They were all very nice people. Like, one of them fucking dropped the ball, but I don't know if it was fucking Glenda or Darlene or I'm going to dox them all. Or fucking, what's the other one's name? Jamie or Jackie? I can't remember. Either way, one of those 3 very nice women dropped the ball. Actually, I lied. I don't even know if that's any of their names. Those might have been the counselors at the other school. Doesn't matter. They were very nice ladies. They dropped the ball. They finally are like, okay, so since we can't quite figure out how this happened to you, we've been authorized. We can give you these 2 options. Either A, you take the Fs for the classes you never attended. Right. You pay for those classes.
Because
and
that's
then
how
the
it
next
works.
But then in winter quarter or semester you just sign up for your classes and you're good to go.
Right.
Or we wipe that all
my
clean.
shop because I'm listening to.
We wipe that all clean.
Right.
You don't pay for anything. You don't get the credit. You have to reapply for spring quarter. But like, we all know
for
you.
the college that you never.
For the college that I was told not to go to, couldn't take a class to. I was told I'm not accepted.
Okay, making sure we're on the.
Just on the same page. We're all on the same page.
All right.
So I was like, I'll wait another quarter. I'm okay at this other Whatcom Community College. There's some classes. I was like, at that point, I was like, okay, I'll just do a communications degree. It'll be easy. There's another couple classes there that I can take that will transfer over and put me in line. So I'm not really falling behind. I'm still getting the college. Whatever. It's fine.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, wipe it all clean. I don't want to owe you like $2,000 for classes I couldn't. I
didn't even take that. I literally.
I'm not gonna pay $1,000 per F. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it. So they said, okay, great. I go in, I apply for the spring semester, and when you apply for colleges, there's usually an application fee. Yeah. And I went in and I turned in my application in person, and I was like, okay, what's the application fee? I had my little checkbook ready to write a little check.
Oh my God, I feel that mood.
And
so
one of the women was like, we all know who you are. We're the ones that look at this stuff. We kind of put you through the ringer. don't worry about it. Don't worry about paying that fee. I think it was like $75 or something. And at the time, I needed it. I was like, thank you so much.
Yeah. Because
I was working
college,
like
you're broke
I was like
and
working a
you're
part-time
sad.
job at fucking Fred Meyer stocking shelves. So I was like, thank you. That really means a lot. It's been very rough dealing with all this, but you all have been so nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers.
And I'm like, good to go. Awesome. Incredible. Then some of my fellow people at Whatcom Community College start getting their letters. You've been accepted for Spring Quarter Western. You've been accepted for Spring Quarter Western. I get my letter back. Sorry, we couldn't file your application. You didn't pay the fee. So I said, fuck it. And I moved to Los Angeles.
Absolutely not.
I was in Los Angeles 6 months after that.
Absolutely. Sorry, I hit my ring light. I was so angry.
It was
Absolutely
infuriating.
not.
I tried so hard to get a degree in fucking something. I tried. They didn't let me do it. How many hoops do I have to jump through? It's too much. I said, no, I'm not doing this. Get me out of here.
Yeah, that's
And I moved to Los Angeles, didn't do school again. And look at me now. I got a fucking career,
You're doing
baby.
so good. You're doing
and
so,
I have
so
no
good.
college debt.
Which is the biggest thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I can't. It's not exactly the same, but like, I'll never forget whenever I was trying to graduate, somebody came back to me, because like, I had I switched my major, as most people do.
Of course.
But I switched my major like after my first year, and I had already taken a lot of classes, so I was in with my counselor constantly. And I was like, can I make sure that these transfer over to my new degree?
Of course.
And like, it was like, yes, it's fine. It's all electives. You just don't have any more electives to take. And I was like, that's fine, as long as like it's not going to go to waste. And I got like, I think my whole first freshman to sophomore semester, I'll gloat a little bit. I had a 4.0. I didn't end with a 4.0, but I had a 4.0 for a really long time. So I was
and
like,
how many of those classes were electives versus?
Oh, so many. So many electives.
I'm still proud of you for the 4.0 because I never ever had that.
But no, I actually I took some of my first year semester courses were I was going in for physical therapy, so I had to take a class that I remember specifically. I had to get CPR certified within my first year, so like I took CPR classes and like emergency responder classes, and then I also took this class that I will never forget. It was a class that I essentially had to learn every bone in the body. Every
What's this
bone.
bone? What's this bone?
I don't fucking know.
This bone.
I don't know, your tibula? Your fibula?
What's this bone?
Metacarpal?
What's this one?
Metadorsal.
What's this one?
Fingernail.
That was a trick question. You passed.
That was? Oh my goodness. No, but I had to take all these classes, and I was like, I got cream of the crop. I'll pick anything. I'll put these all A's. So like, I'll just whatever makes my wallet happier.
Of course.
That way I didn't have to waste money on courses. Just put them wherever.
Yeah.
And I did that, and then I had somebody. It was pandemic had hit. I was graduating. Everything went online. Yep. My senior thesis that I had worked so fucking hard on got like thrown. That's like a whole different story. But like, pandemic, I was finishing my degree.
Yes.
I had some person from the administrative office come at me with, you can't graduate this year because you haven't got the requirements.
Ooh.
And I went to my dean, because I had, you know, like how senior year you're like taking classes with the same people you've been in class with for like whatever amount of years now, and you're taking it with like the upper level of teachers, like the department heads. I had the department head of psychology. I had a class with her and the like vice person. And I went up to them and I was like, they told me I can't graduate. And both of them, I was CC'd in an email with both the dean of the department and vice, like, whatever of the department, fucking laying her a new one. Like, chewing out this administrator, being like, we told him he could graduate. He's going to be graduating this semester.
Yep.
And then the person emailed me back with like, I'm so sorry that I got it wrong. And you'll be getting your diploma. I didn't show up for graduation because I moved to New York City, but like,
good for you.
yeah, that was
Who
my
cares?
college though. I had
funny.
somebody try to tell me I couldn't graduate in like the week before graduation.
Fuck
like
that.
they came at me with, "Oh, technically you haven't passed the amount." Yeah.
Oh my god. I hate to be like a story topper type of person, but I found out that I was graduating high school at the assembly that was like the graduation assembly. I was borderline. I was very bad in high school. I didn't do homework. And
neither did my wife. She sucked. I literally did my wife's English class for her. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna say my high school, but I took my wife's English class for her.
Right? And English is like the class and the topic that I'm probably best at. That's something that I've always been very good at. I fully flunked senior year English. I had to work really hard to bump it up to a D, which was passing. But yeah. I was, what was I doing? I was failing chemistry. I pushed it off to senior year because you could do chemistry junior or senior.
Yeah.
I pushed it off to senior year like a fucking dummy. And I was not good at it, and I kind of tried. I was not very good at it. I'm not going to fully say, like, I completely didn't care and didn't do it. That's the only reason. Because I actually, chemistry is just one of those things. Didn't click for me. Couldn't really do it. Very bad. So I was...
I feel that.
I think I was at, like, a 56% or something. I had to pass that class. And I had to get better. It was like I had to get like a 72 at least on the final to bump my grade up enough to not where I would just pass chemistry, but that would then like allow me to pass high school.
Okay.
And there's an assembly for like before graduation where it's like kind of a pep rally. It's like I don't remember if it was like the final football game and all this stuff, but it's also like, here's the seniors, the graduating seniors, and we'd all run out, and all the teachers would be standing in like a big long line, like a tube, so you could like hug your teachers or whatever. As you
oh my god,
go
yes,
whatever.
Yes.
And I hug all my favorite teachers, and I love it. It was awesome. And then I get and I liked my chemistry teacher. He was a nice guy. Like it's not like we had like a great relationship, but he was a nice guy. And I walk up to him, and I saw he was at the very end of the line, and I walk up to him, and I was like, "Fuck, man!" And we had taken the final. We didn't know the grades yet. And I walk up to him and I was like, hey, man, no matter what, thanks, or whatever. And he was like, you got a B. And I was like, let's go! Let's go!
That's so good!
It was so stressful. And I don't know if it was because I was nice to him in that moment where he was like, fuck it, I'll just give him a B.
Yeah.
Because that thought didn't come into my mind until like a decade later, where I was like, oh, maybe I was just nice and he didn't have the heart to tell me I was failing, so he changed my grade because I didn't think I deserved it.
Dude.
I only passed because my teachers liked me.
Dude, I straight up, I remember, oh my god. I remember going to one of my professors in college, and I had the 4.0 at the time, right?
Yeah.
And I cried to my professor. I was super duper sick, and I missed an assignment that would have bumped me into the 4.0 range to like keep my A. I remember going and crying to my professor, just like groveling, just being like, please, please. And I think the only reason my professor passed me with an A is because he liked me.
Oh, that's so funny.
Like, just like purely because he was like, oh my god, okay, I get it, I get you, I feel for you, I loves like all the sympathy out for you. And I was like, oh my god, thank you so much, I would literally do anything for you, thanks.
It's so funny how much that feels so important. Now, if you were suddenly transported into your body and brain back then in high school or college, trying to keep that 4.0, and they're like, oh, you're going to end up 3.9, how would you feel? Would you just be like, fuck it? Or do you still, like, How do you still feel that strongly about the 4.0?
I don't think it fucking matters. Like, I genuinely don't think, like, whatever you get, people don't look at your grade point average. They look at your degree as a whole. Like, they don't
Moral
care.
of this podcast is do drugs, don't care about your
do
GPA.
drugs, don't care. I genuinely got through college because I smoked fucking weed. I'm not even gonna shit you right now.
Fuck, that's so funny.
I remember, I think the turning point, and when I eventually asked my friend for stuff, was the fact that I was, like, so upset over an essay I had to write. Dude, I was taking neuropsychology classes to where I had to, the test that had to respond with like a essay question per question, or essay answer per question. And like, I think that's why I started smoking. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's the fact that I couldn't process the amount of work I had to do without it. And like let's not even talk about like ADHD, like neurodivergency. Like your boy is like autistic and ADHD as fuck. So like that also helps. But
I think literally I had a teacher for Spanish year 3 in high school.
Ooh.
And
did you know I took 8 years of Spanish?
Really?
Yeah.
Are you fluent?
No. Continue with yours.
Sorry.
Sorry,
I was just like, oh, I was like, oh, say something. But oh my gosh, I just smacked my microphone.
I can understand. I'll sum it up as I can understand more than I can speak.
Yeah. I'm the same way, but it's because I worked in a hotel in Southern California and then in a bunch of restaurants in Southern California for however many years. So I just was always working with people, like Mexican people that would just speak Spanish at me really, really quick. And they'd be like, pinche Michael. And I'd be like, fucking roast me. It's fine. But my high school Spanish teacher, I know I didn't deserve to pass that class. I skipped class. I didn't go. I didn't do my homework. But she loved me. Every time when I was there and she was playing, like, you know, they play like the little CDs that have like fucking take that shot. Sorry. Like they would be like, oh, you speak along with the person on the recording, and then it'll play like a little mariachi music because all Spanish speaking countries listen to that one type of music. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's actually kind of fucked up. That's like the only music they would ever play. But whenever it would play, I was like, it's like, it's my afternoon class. I'm awake. I'm feeling the music. I do a little dance to it. The first day of class, we did one, and the music was playing. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm in a good mood. First day of school. I'll do a little dance. And she goes, like, she sees me just do like a little dance, and she's like, and so I felt like I had to dance every fucking time. I got a B+ in that class, and I did D+ work at best for that class. I don't think I ever got a B on any test. Like, I just didn't. And then for the final presentation, I was also in theater, and at that point, it was kind of like well known that I was just like I was the theater kid. Like, I was like I was the theater guy of the school. That's like what I was known for. And it was we had a final performance, which was also the same time the spring show was running. So we had to do I think I said performance, like a speech. And I go, and I was not prepared. I made my slideshow, but I didn't know what to say. And so the day before I had to give my speech, I was like coughing. I was like pretending to cough in class, like, and just like acting I was not feeling good.
Right.
Then the next day I show up and I'm wearing fully my pajamas. And I go in, I'm like, I can barely talk. I can't barely talk. And she was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And I was like, it's vocal nodes. I can't. I have to save my voice for the show. And she was like, oh gosh, get up there and do your best. And I get up there and I pretend like I'm trying to speak it. And I have the slideshow and I do it all. And I get, like, I think I got an A on it. And then I left and I was like, ha ha! And there's like a few people in my class that like knew I was completely bullshitting. I was like, whatever, fuck this system.
I love that so much!
Oh, it felt good. I absolutely lied about it. Oh, it was.
Oh, I love
I
it
feel a little
so
bad, but also I
much.
don't. Fuck that.
Fuck, no.
Fuck the system.
That.
Don't
Fuck
hold
the
me back
system.
because I
Fuck
didn't
that.
do good in Spanish that you just arbitrarily decided that I have to know. Screw you.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Ridiculous. How long has this episode been?
I don't know. So if you want to know what I'm honestly gonna do, I'm gonna post them both. Look, viewer, come close.
Come on, zoom in.
Come on. I'm gonna post both of these, and we're gonna pretend it's a bonus episode for your enjoyment.
You're so fucking smart.
Yeah,
You're so smart.
It's because we're so good. It's out the goodness of our heart.
Oh my god, a bonus episode?
It's a bonus episode.
Lucky you.
I have to go into my OBS to change the scene because I don't have a button for it on my Stream Deck. But like, hold on. There we go.
Wait, you have a button to go into Zoom mode and not a button to go out of Zoom mode?
Yep, sure do.
I
have this too. Ready? My wife set this up. You can't see it. Oh my god, I'm so sad.
Are you not on virtual cam? What's happening?
I am on virtual cam. Where did
You've
I go?
gone full gone. Oh, I see the E up,
I don't know
up
what
in
that
the
is.
top.
It's for Quinvincible. Don't look at it. It's him.
Oh my
Don't
gosh.
look at him. Don't look at him.
That's so funny.
Anywho,
I got to go through and help you build your friggin' stuff correctly.
Oh my god, you really do, because my OBS...
Fix your goddamn computer, and then I will help you set this shit up.
My OBS is embarrassing. It's
embarrassing?
No, it's so embarrassing. Like, I'm not even shitting you. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 raid videos that I don't use anymore.
Yep.
I have my game scene cam versus my full screen cam. You know how that whole thing goes. It used to be a thing, but now it is a sliver. Hold on, let me see if I can give it. It's not gonna work. But it's a sliver of what it used to be. You can't even see it. It's a sliver of my fireplace.
It's way off to the side somewhere. I can't even see it on the square.
Oh, I am the train wreck boy of OBS.
I am the hardline efficiency, get the stuff done in the easiest and best way possible person. We have you saw the TikTok streams that we can switch the cameras around and stuff. That is so all. It is all in one scene.
Shout out to I don't know if you want to drop your things. That's totally fine.
We can't even stream on TikTok right now, which is a whole different thing that I can't talk about.
That's so frustrating. But your stuff is so seamless. Whenever I was watching one day and you came in, you said hi Quinn, and I cried. But
yeah, I saw you in the chat and I was like, fuck, I gotta get down there.
I was so excited. But your stuff is so seamless. It moved so smoothly.
I know. I put way more work into it than my own personal stream. But yeah, literally I have scene transitions, but it's all in one scene, and it's all so easy and smooth and seamless. And it's all just one push of the button.
So
foolproof as possible. So I will go through once you fix your computer, I will help you rebuild.
I gotta fix my computer
in a simple way, in a simple, clean, easy to use, no bullshit, easy way.
Yes, please.
And also get you co-streaming or dual streaming on TikTok.
Oh, which is
also very easy.
We're more than halfway to 100K.
Crazy.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Insanity.
But that's been 2 episodes of Wrecking.
2 episodes.
They get so... Oh my god, y'all get so much extra that you're
so fucking spoiled. It's ridiculous.
You're so lucky. Our 9 viewers are so lucky right now.
Someday it'll be more. I don't mean it to disparage us. It's just the way it goes. I think genuinely... genuine moment out of the 2 hours of complete insanity. The fact that TikTok algorithm and everything is so wild, I genuinely have fun doing these podcasts. I know.
It's
too.
genuine fun, and like our viewers get engagement and like interaction with us, and it's fun.
Well, I mean, I haven't been able to stream in 3 weeks, but I'm still making sure I have time for these podcasts because
God, I live for our podcast.
it feels like a need. You know what I mean? It's not a want, it's a need. It's a need to do.
Exactly. And I think that's a beautiful note.
That's such a nice note to end this on.
It on.
You mean it's a beautiful note to start our 3rd episode on? Let's go. Anyway, when's the first time you did meth? Just kidding.
Tune in next time for the first time I did meth.
The first time we do meth live on camera.
Wow! We can't do that on TikTok. I'm so sorry, YouTube. Sorry, not TikTok. YouTube. I'm sorry, my brain's.
We can joke about it. We're not gonna actually do it. Probably, maybe, unless you got the hookup. Do you have the hookup?
Let this video hit 100K likes.
This video hits 100K likes. We're doing meth on the next episode.
I forgot I had lipstick on and I grabbed my.
Oh shit!
It's fine. This has been Wrestling Twitch Phase.
It has been. We talked about Twitch a couple times. I'm Michael. I'm Grob. GRAWB. Michael.
We have a lot of fun doing these podcasts.
We do.
And we hope you have fun too. That's all. We hope so. That's it. That's what we'll stick.
Subscribe, tell your friends.
Tell everyone. Come watch us. I don't know. Yeah. Watch us or don't watch us. I don't care. Just tell people.
If you don't, fuck you. But you're also, if you're not, then you're not hearing me say fuck you. So it's meaningless. Exactly. And those that are listening, not fuck you.
No, that's true. Our pure podcast listeners, eventually at some point we'll probably have a Patreon and we'll scroll people's names on for whoever pays to be. We'll have like little end of video stuff, whatever it may be. We'll have so much. It'll be...
It will be we'll be so much better in a bit.
God, we'll be so much better.
Give us money now and we'll be better later. I swear.
I promise. But anywho, this has been Wrestling Twitch Face. We've been so good.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Oh my God, goodbye. Oh my God, we say goodbye like we don't know how to do an outro. Like, goodbye.